Hi, Bill, K2WH here, and this video is about calibrating one of the bookshelf rigs known as the ICOM 202 transceiver, which is a 2-meter sideband transceiver. It covers 144.0 to 144.4 with 2 crystals, and it has an analog dial. Sometimes as they age, adjustments are needed to bring them back on frequency to agree with the analog dial. The adjustments that you're going to see here are for the VXO unit, and the things you need are, you need some tuning tools, of course you need the 202 and a frequency counter. You can see that the frequency counter basically connects right here. As per the tune-up instructions, it will tell you exactly where that connection is. And for this particular frequency here, 133.3014, I'm in position A. And if you look on crystal 36-1, and if you look on here, for dial set on 0, which is what that's set on, frequency counter connected in that spot over there should be reading 133.3015. Well, guess what? Check that out. 133.301415, something like that. Of course, that depends on the analog dial, how you're looking at the analog dial. You know, is it right on the 0? Is it a little off the 0 or something like that? You know, it depends on, you know, how close you want it to get. But for demonstration purposes, the fact that I'm on 36-1 crystal, the crystals, by the way, are in here. Okay? That one has 3 crystals. I'll talk about them in a minute. And for 36-1 crystal, which is where I am, I'm switched on the first crystal. The frequency with the dial set on 0, the counter should read 133.3015. Now over here, I have my Yaesu FT847 tuned to 144.0. And with this chart here, 36-1, the center frequency is 144.1, but the range is 144.0 to 144.2. So I'm on 0, so that equates to 144.0, transmitting 144.0. I'm going to speak into the microphone, and you'll hear my voice coming out of the FT847. Hello test, K2WH testing. K2WH testing, 144.0. Now I'm going into a dummy load, so I'm not transmitting illegally outside the 2-meter band. There's a dummy load with the watt meter. Anyway, if I go to, according to the chart, dial 100, it should read 133.4015. So I'll go to 100 here. And if I look straight on, it looks about right on there. So I should read on dial 100, 133.4015. Well, guess what? Look at that frequency counter right there. Now, if I turn my Yaesu up another 100 kc, which would be, according to this, 144.1, another 100 kc. So let's see what happens. Oops, went a little too far. Okay. .144.1. I got 133.4015. Now let's see what happens. Hello test, test, K2WH. Right on the money with that frequency there. So, following these directions, which are in the book, to calibrate the VXO unit in the 202 book, you should have no problem doing the tune-up. Now, to show you where these adjustments are, for the center frequency, or rather the basic frequency, you have a coil here that would get you where you need to be on the basic frequency. And then you have the band edges, this capacitor and that capacitor, which would be, this would be 144.0 and that's 144.2. I'm sorry, this coil is for the center frequency, 144.1. And basically that's it. Then you go to a 200 frequency, and that looks about right on. And I got 133.502, and I should be 133.5015. So I actually could come down just by turning the analog dial here. And there you go. Too far. A little off. But again, it depends on who's looking at the dial. You know, is it right on, is it a little up, is it a little down, so forth and so on. So right now this little rig is calibrated right on the money, basically. And that's about it. It's pretty easy. Just as long as you got the counter and the tools, there'll be no problem. As an alternative to the counter, you got another receiver, a calibrated receiver like the Yaesu over there, that you know is accurate. You can make those adjustments in there and keep talking into the rig and listening on the other rig, and then you don't need the counter, so you can do it that way too. Basically, I like using the counter. It's sort of scientific. One other thing you may notice on the rig, I changed the dial light from the bulb to a super bright white LED, which works quite well. And that's it for the tune-up of the ICOM 202. It's pretty easy, and good luck with yours. This is K2WH.